I mean, where do we start, right? This is the defense for them. They have to post good numbers, right? Because I feel as if Liquid find a groove and a rhythm and they can find a little bit of space, they're going to abuse that time and time again.
Let's have a look. Let's see what we're in for here. Back into this one. We are on map 3 and Soulcast, bang on Hypoc, is on the raise. Let's see how this looks. So far, not great. Trying to build it up, dude. It was round 1, maybe a little overzealous, but as are Liquid, apparently, by not checking on Dino, getting away with murder at the back of sight. NAVI, comfort is an understatement, as they've just held completely. Cryptics, yeah, okay, we can have a little look through by the mailroom, check the post, anything coming in? Nah, just the local pizza place trying to sell me discounts on terrible pizzas. And Cryptics presents the back and receive the pointy end of the stick. So SSK going to close down NAVI, comfort in round 1.
It wasn't, again, tendencies-wise, if we look at NAVI actually happy, and able to take that fight as soon as contact came through. Now, we talk about what we can accredit them for on the defense, particularly on Icebox, was their ability to sit back, right? Allow the round to play out, this utility to get played through, and the pistol rounds are always a good indicator of how a team wants to approach at least the early rounds in the half. So if NAVI now, I mean, they want to get a little fruity. They want to explore mid. See here, decent opportunities to do with the equipment on the side of Liquid. Smoke gonna at least quell any early intentions. The wall comes through just to stop Yampi walking through for free.
Ooh, trade out, okay. 1 for 1, a little worse, of course, for NAVI, considering the rest of them have weaponry. Now, for Liquid, though, anything's a bonus. If they can punish some more, get guns away, find a better fight, and actually, honestly, what, 4v2 on B? Not bad. Dino back sight still. Rifle, full rifle, should I say, in SSK's hands. As the support from Arch in towards Hell. And now Dino's got contact. They're still very paranoid about middle. Right to be as such, you don't really know the full picture, of course, but now they're going to spot the cross. Arch finds one, spots the second, makes it towards Pillar. Can't call beyond that, though, and Dino now going to be under scrutiny, under threat, and that's a great connection from Link. Actually finding Arch of all players, and then Dino's around. They are rapping to find him as quick as they can, hoping they can maybe navigate past SSK, but it's going to be Dino to find one, and Cryptix has made this costly, but not costly enough.
Well, 2 will survive. SSK on the Phantom, obviously the important one you want to see carried through. The second round, nonetheless, we'll have to see if NAVI try and, I guess, scrape together a full purchase here, and it's actually, yeah, with the operator coming through, it's going to be just that. Dino down to a judge. Yeah, this is not going to try and ride this through as a bonus by any means. On the side of Liquid, rifles across the board, but a bulldog for Yampi.
Okay. Well, that's a problem, isn't it? You just got absolutely punished. Cloud caught with his pants down trying to get away from there, but bear in mind there is still another threat. Dino is posted up on this, and actually they do manage to get the operator back. Archer's managed to somehow clutch that away. I do not know how he's managed that, but he can filter that back through. But while all that happened, there has been progress on the other side of the map. We're looking towards A here, and look at that utility line just filtered across this. That's not easy to break through.
It's not. Soulcast's not going to be given anything on ramp either. CSSK up on rafters right now. Contact will come through, and actually Soulcast spots out Dinks, I think, to force him back behind elbow, at least for the time being. SSK now got himself in an interesting position. Scream, does he check this? He does. SSK gets the better of him. Oh,
this is nasty. They're in the blender. Hypoc, they can't make it past. SSK is buying so much time. He has no support, though. Needs to call for that to come from side from Dinks, but the trade's there eventually. Dinks could have done maybe a little more, but the turret, old Tommy's come online, found Cryptix, and now there's problems aplenty for Liquid. Link and Yampi, where are they? Well, we saw that Yampi was taking his time, maybe trying to catch rotations or punish as such, but no one really presented. Now, Dinks' back sight is still being slightly supported by Arch, but look how close they are. Yampi springs the trap, says hello, and Dinks just trying to play the time. 10 seconds. Has to just gamble this correctly. 9 now. Trying to play it to the clock, and peekaboo reveals himself and drags 2 to the grave. How did he get 2 there, Hypoc?
Again, it's perfect from Dino, the support there to smoke off just on site there. And as soon as it drops, Yampy's inside his smoke animation, and they try to get the plant through. So both of them served on a platter here for Na'Vi to find their third.
Placing sentry.
And that one, that's going to get them fired up. That's a big, big win. Big mental winner for Na'Vi here. Liquid back down to scraps. Soulcast going to throw a judge in. No ultimates online just yet, so it's sheriffs across the board.
Soulcast. Just straight in. Up and over. Beautiful. Flying on through. Fitinho impression looking real nice. Finds Arch. And already the two players on site feeling a little isolated. But it is Dino, and Dino's been good. But look at this position. It's not pretty. It's actually a pretty brutal one. But who feels the punishment? Good damage done, but it's still Cloud staying alive. Gonna at least deal with Soulcast, but there's so many more. 4 on the site. Again, still trying to buy time for rotations to come in. Find maybe a favorable fight, and he's depending on SSK, who's made it towards the site. Found Link, but Liquid is still clutching at straws, still holding on. But look at the spike, Hypok.
Yeah.
Where is that?
Deep behind enemy lines. Scream. Down to 7 HP, you got to expect Cryptix and Scream just to sit, wait for this heal to come through. They're posted up. They're actually going to try and make a little bit of progress ahead of the curve. 10 seconds left now. Wall falls. I think SSK, yeah, he is holding an active angle on the right side, but
30 seconds
can't
left.
cross and get that spike just yet. As well.
One enemy
There you go,
remaining.
yeah. Scream actually the first to take. And SSK will find the second. A little dicey there, but Na'Vi holds strong. And I gotta say, losing the spike where they did is the deciding factor in that round.
Yeah.
Liquid made all the right moves to get themselves onto site at least.
I do have to highlight, though, in my mind here,
30
Hypok, and
seconds
I
left.
don't know where you sit on this. SSK is a little superstar in the making for me.
enemy
This
remaining.
guy's aim has been on point, his positioning has been a problem. He has been a nuisance to play against this whole time. I've actually been thoroughly impressed with how well he's been playing. As an individual, yeah, of course he's given roles that supplement and support that, but I feel like he's doing very well at it.
And to agree with you there, and again, you think back to the Party Parrots days. SSK, glimmers of hope, but again, you got to say he was almost a shadow on that roster. You think about who else was there. Dinks was alongside him. Let's not forget that.
Yep.
Yeah, it was Liquid. The timing on these walls. There's always Yampy on the other side of him, man. Again, it's thrown up at the last second here. Arch will be able to solidify that hold from stairs. Soulcast, though, keep your eye on the minimap there. He's got himself into ropes.
He's got Tommy Turret, and he's got Dinks watching that. So
Yeah.
there was, you know, maybe he could thread a little bit of a pixel that give him an angle on a fair fight, but no, that's being watched. As it's been kind of like left open to an extent, and then held on the crunch points. And look at this crossfire. It's fantastic. It's gonna at least set them up for an effective trade. And Dino's good for the second. Scream doesn't often get outdone like that, but he does. But now this plays in Cloud. Backside again, they don't check on it, and again they get punished by it. It was Dino before, now it's Cloud. It's always gonna be a problem. Na'Vi are 5-0, Hypok. We gotta put this in context. This is scary. We said, or let's roll it back even. Lothar even saying a good defense is key.
Yes.
And I think right now Na'Vi are showing exactly what that looks like.
And again, you got to talk about in terms of the mental game here. Talk about Icebox and the comeback on defense. If you set the bar this high in the first half,
One enemy remaining.
again, we've got to flip that back on and talk about the Liquid mental, because again, how many times, how painful has it been in the past to be a Liquid fan in Valorant? They call this tactical timeout now, but
You think it's just in Valorant?
well, in
Liquid
esports, they widen the net a little bit.
I love Team Liquid, right? Like, as an org, I've always liked most of their teams. They've always been, you know, a good roster to watch. I mean, CS fans know the heartbreak, right? Like, it's always the case. Any esport with Liquid, you're like, we got it this time. Guys.
This is the one.
This is it. And it's like, you know, they're one map up to the good, or they pull off a mad comeback, and then it's like, well, there's a chance of heartbreak. And then it's like, we're Team Liquid, of course we're going to give you some heartbreak. That's just how it works. It's, you know, it's the ups and downs. It does give you a heart attack. But
That'll work.
look, they've come back from more. They've been able to turn around crazier moments, but they need to get a grip on this, and I don't see this round being the case, if I'm honest. This buy just isn't selling me on it, and the stack's in the right place as well. They just need to stop the rot. That's as simple as it is.
You're right. Now we're gonna make an early play to deny this orb. We have to sit back now. Everything except for the revive available for Liquid. It's going to be the showstopper in an attempt to open things up here. SSK actually swings from ramp on the back of that, but screen punishes. Yampi gets himself behind enemy lines with a judge. The Cloud knows exactly where he's at. Yampi will fall.
Navi are playing this so well, man. You know, let's roll your mind back to that back of B site, just playing that timing to perfection. It was so good. Navi are making this awkward, uncomfortable, but there's still a bit of a problem here that Cryptix at least has a weapon. So he's been able to slip through, and actually, B's pretty open. Obviously, there is a wall that's just gone down now, timing-wise, so they can easily get through this. Now, when it comes to the post-plant, though, Hypoc, that's where problems begin, obviously. They don't have the wherewithal. They don't have the economy there for themselves, but they are going to get the cross through. So they can get the spike down. I want to see them do something unorthodox, do something to try and, I don't know, change the favor, change the odds, because if you just take the traditional fights, you're going to lose. Now maybe Scream's that game changer. Maybe he's the one to do something. Maybe not. The next challenger, Link, he wants to go at it, and he's already been thwarted away. Now the ult is going to pose a bigger problem. Liquid aren't winning these fights, and Cryptix, who is the danger man, has gone down, and it's all on Soulcast, who is just in all kinds of trouble. And Cloud's found him too. This is Na'Vi now starting the roll. This is looking dangerous. The CIS region, we talked about it, right? A lot of people were looking at that region to be the threat, and honestly, when you bring in Turkey into account, EU is not safe by any means. The EMEA has so many threats, and if Na'Vi truly becomes that next layer, because obviously Gambit's the big dog, right?
Yeah.
Gambit's the big name, and now you've got Na'Vi 6-0ing Liquid. EU's gonna have to wake the hell up, otherwise they're gonna be kind of left behind here.
And there's roots, there's foundations, you know, that stylistic difference we've talked about, particularly with Gambit. You can see it. They've been forged in that play style. And it's coming through here again.
Heading to the above.
Navi's ability to just take a step back, even when they lose out big in the early rounds, in terms of space, in terms of, you know, utility trade-off, in terms of damage trade-off. That ability to just sit back and recover has looked so good from Navi, but Soulcast straight up ramp this time around, and he will find SSK. A little bit of a pace change. They're rewarded for it.
Okay. That's a springboard for them. Finally, a clean kill without a trade back in. But there's the answer. Look, instantly, Na'Vi want to take back territory. But Link has been watching this, and it may not be Hookah, but he's still going to do well. He's going to find the one-for-one trade out, but they've lost a little bit of control. But look at these positions coming in. This is very curious stuff. Somehow slipping the net here. Dinks is around the back of them. This is dangerous times. Yampi finds the frag. This is all inverted almost. Spike is being guarded. Dino biding his time here, but look at him. He has got the wolves at the door and they're hungry for the meal. He can smile as much as he wants in that gorgeous picture, but he knows he's in danger. Yampi's taking him down with the cross. Dinks can still find this. Sees one, gets denied it. Good work from Yampi. And finally, Liquid find the first.
First in round 7. It's a terrifying prospect, and nobody really... I mean, just look at it. Cloud 10-3, but the kill distribution is so even across Na'Vi. Everybody pulling their weight right now. Again, that's the first real, I guess, push for aggression. At least an attempt to, you know, commit to finding that first blood that we've seen. You'll see a slight adjustment on the side of Na'Vi. At least it's a little deeper. Soulcast once again with the paranoia. Straight up towards ramp, but Na'Vi, again, they're happy to allow Liquid to invest this in the early round and sit deep.
Okay. Yeah, he's still trying to bait towards middle. This time Cloud is actually watching it. Going to be smoked off. Vision removed. I'm trying to get my eyes on if he actually gets a bit fruity with that smoke. He hasn't. He's respected it, it looks like, for now. Oh, Yampi. Again, that wall is his greatest nemesis. And you can see Scream leading the way over towards that B site. Takes the first steps. What's, I think, one towards heaven. I think it was Astra up there, but Didn't quite get the connection he wanted, even if it was just a wayward spam. But Yampy trying to take that fight in mid. He's just not going to win it. Cloud's got it to boot, and now already the side hit's going to come in, but 3 eyes now turn towards that B entrance. Scream, what a shot. An absolute banger comes out. Cloud's gone down, and that's a problem removed. Cryptic's towards the site. He doesn't quite have the spike, though, so going to at least trying to corner off CT, make that at least some safe passage for that spike to finally go down.
And finally, being the key word here, Navi.
Spike planted.
Bodies on site. Very early on. You can see Dino and Arch ready for this counter wall, potentially over the top.
Or just the boost.
Or just the boost.
As you do, Scream somehow. Whether he expected it or not, doesn't matter. Cryptic's holding the backside and the crossfire holds another go of things. And yeah, it's down to just one. Arch gonna go clutch. That should go for the res. Tries to swing it on Link, and Link deals with it perfectly. Great playing from Link there, playing that res so right, and Arch not quite making as much of a threat as I'd hoped there, but Liquid now finding 2. This is forming a little bit of maybe a build back here from them.
Okay, Scream just ready for that boost over the top. It's not often you see one of those. Comes down to, I mean, again, numbers wise.
Player standing. Your duty is not over.
Liquid, the second, is on the board, and now potentially a little bit of breathing space, right? An opportunity now to follow up on this build, this momentum. Back into this half, Dino. Get himself behind box. Link did not spot that. Yampy neither.
What's Dino got? A frenzy. Little dragon. Oh, Yampy, how could you? But so far, so good. Actually, Arch did find Yampy there, but I'm trying to look at the guns he got. I guess Marshall's out, Stinger, not even Spectre. A little bit of danger, but it shouldn't be much. Again, Liquid should be okay on this. So 4v2. And yeah, there's a pixel on the cross to be seen, but it ain't gonna get you much. So Liquid are gonna get 3. This is a window for them, Hypok. This is a chance, which is all that they could really ask for off that initial run really coming in from NAVI. So if anything, this is good work from Liquid, but I just wish it wasn't so late in the day.
I think again now, obviously, Navi with this round advantage, they don't even need to massively invest in some of these downtime rounds. It's a formality here to keep their own economy in check, but look at the ultimates here. Showstopper, Empress, Lockdown, and the Cosmic Divide. Art's the only one without the res. Love the commitment, by the way. This spray has been in spawn every single round.
Why did you say it? No, it's gone.
Somebody listening to me? It's rare, actually, that
anyone listens to you.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry, that was overly mean.
You followed up on my own self-deprecation, so that's you take away the one thing I have from me. That's so kind of you.
My bad.
I just like the spray, right?
Hmm?
I just like the spray.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, sure. I feel really mean now. I feel like I can bully you normally, but when it's on air, people are like, "Oh my god, she's so mean." I'm so sorry.
Just a glimpse of what I have to put up with.
All right, don't milk it. Behave. Absolutely behave. Literally most toxic caster I've ever worked with. Reddit threads, please. I'm kidding. 3-6. Navi still in the lead, but Liquid.
Now.
Liquid managing to garner back 3. They managed to claim back 3 of their own, and Yampy just fancying playing from the defensive side. Look, defense is important, but look at the turn of the eyes.
3 people.
3 players are watching this. If he gets away with 1, that would be a miracle. He's not. And the worst thing is, Soulcast didn't get away with that creep towards site. It looked like a bit of an attention play. All looked towards Yampy while we creeped towards the site. But there was still a player watching. So now, yes, they've got a bit of a cross going, but they still have bodies here. Navi know what's up.
Actually, Cloud going to invest the showstopper here. Didn't spot backside. Doesn't invest it. Link finds the kill. Arch will trade it out, but comes down to a 2v4 now for Cryptics and Scream. A bit of damage onto Dino here. Arch going to try and play his life. At least use that wall to get out of there. Navi closing closer and closer. That wall's going to drop here. Cryptic's going to be very exposed. Gets removed. Scream good for 1, but Dinks will trade that one out, and Navi strike right back. And that's on the back of, like we said, 3 people turning to deal with Yampy, right? And Cloud still has to step up. He still has to stand strong there on B site. Finds that first kill. Again, being proactive to deal with Yampy there means that rotation can come through quick enough, right? So that it can't be this diversion that Liquid want it to be. Instead of just, you know, one person going through, checking through spawn, he's got, you know, 3 or 4 different angles to slowly clear. 3 people go through. It's all good.
Stealing sight.
Getting a little nervous now. Topaz just clearing towards ramp 2, trying to make progress towards middle. SSK waiting patiently by vents. And he's got 1. And the problem is it's Reyna, so of course he gets 2. Scream's gone down, and it's SSK looking composed, calm, collected, and now adjusting accordingly off the back of maybe the contact on Soulcast or hearing utility being invested. Now there's 3 players here, but look how deep they play on this. These aren't easy frags to find. They're deep towards CT, deep towards heaven. No one's on site. They're banking on that utility.
Is Rolling Thunder still available? Soulcast, 1 off the showstopper. Could invest that here. He sees fit, but actually going to walk out, get a lot of space here. Obviously, with that lockdown available, they're looking to play retake at least, but Link will find Dinks. So the site open for the taking now on the back of these kills from Liquid.
30 seconds left.
The reinforcements are just so far away. Play through vent works out so well for Link. It couldn't be better. And yeah, as said, looking at Cloud and Dino, just a mile away.
Link eventually gets picked up here. It's a 2v2, so definitely recoverable here, but that showstopper, like I said, it's online now. Again, potentially just have to respect this, but they're going to come through. No way! Cloud finds both kills! He's got enough time for the defuse as well. Oh, that is an absolute fumble by Team Liquid.
I'm going to be honest, my mind was already on the next round. My mind was already ahead. I was half checked out.
I was literally looking towards the scoreboard.
Oh
my word. I think the economy's in the bin for Liquid.
Behave. I want to see the money. I see a Spectre. You might be bang on, Hypok. Let's watch this again.
No more stars.
That's so late in the round to find that first as well.
Crowd's in. How?
Fast, hit them hard.
By the time they find Link, they have about 10 seconds to find, like, another, right? And Cloud finds both.
Okay.
Purchase, not actually as bad as I was anticipating, but the utility's struggling, Lauren.
I'm with you. They've fashioned a buy here. A little bit of light armor for Link, a little bit for Scream. It's not perfect, but it's I guess it's a buy, right? It's a fashion buy, and it looks like a split towards A with pressure coming through vents. Maybe that crunch towards ramp could isolate SSK, maybe put some pressure on Dinks, but they've been generally quite good at holding their own. Patience being shown here, as it looks like Yampy's trying to get a little bit of progress towards those vents already.
Off your feet!
Thunder sent out. Site open for the taking here. Soulcast going to make sure of it with a double satchel. Now again, we see the same setup from Navi. Lockdown available, so they're giving this site up. You can see the nano swarm invested already in one of those corners in anticipation of this lockdown.
They seem so aware of at least Yampy, but they didn't predict Scream finding 2, and I don't think we did either, but still, he's done so well considering what he had. He's made this so manageable now, and you can see Liquid looking a little bit more at ease after what could have been a dangerous round is now a 4v2, thanks to Link finding Cloud here, but Archer's still alive, and so is Dina. Oh, it's a nightmare. He's had an absolute dog's dinner of that one, and there's Yampy in the end. No problems there. And scoreline-wise, it's recovery rather than brilliance for Liquid, but it's there. 4 rounds is manageable. It's doable.
Definitely doable, and with how that felt, nothing short of a miracle in my eyes. That one was looking I mean, look at that. That's streak to start off. And again, the 3 rounds on the bounce rate, that's always the tricky one, because even if Na'Vi strike back, it doesn't reset the economy and it keeps it basically on an even playing field, right? You could still come back into that. But the fact that Na'Vi string 10 and 11 together, that last round, honestly, with the utility coming in there, it relied on Liquid finding space for free. And I mean free in terms of no kind of fight for it. And it's on the back of the Rolling Thunder, so really good stuff here. But now we come back to the start of the map. The questions from the previous 2, Na'Vi on attack.
Yeah. Liquid's turn to try and build the good defensive side. We've got to be looking at for them. They're looking to build back into this. Na'Vi do have the lead. This pistol round is actually massive. Na'Vi get it, double digits are beckoning. If Liquid get it, suddenly they can close the gap. Vents being used, but all suspect about it as they back away. No presence shown beyond that. Probably heard as well. Cryptic's probably going to hear that, but no one's really biting off the back of it.
There.
Well, now there's trapwire here, and I think actually in position.
Bomb buddy out.
That fault line set up towards main itself. Yampy kind of isolated here. Still Link can get back through spawn, but
30 seconds
nobody here to
left.
punish it.
No, Yampy's still alive, yeah, overwhelmed,
Okay.
just absolutely sidestepped by Dinks, and there's the denial coming in through CT, but it's a favourable trade out for Na'Vi, keeping 3 alive up against Scream and Cryptic. Spike going down now, 1 towards Heaven, 1 towards CT. Cryptic, great work, great timing. Cloud now gone, can't get away in time, did take some damage, but Scream! What's happened? He's normally so clean and so crisp. Cryptic's though, he's so low on HP, it has to be sharp, and it's not. The sword is blunted and Na'Vi strike first. A huge round for them because now, as said, double digits start becoming a reality. It's 9-4. Liquid are looking a little frayed around the edges.
Axe against the wall now for Liquid. Saw pistols, a couple of sheriffs here. Ooh, why are we showing that one again? I don't want to see that. Feel like a Cryptic's trying to recover things. Again, you're right, solo HP, has to hit that first bullet headshot or done and dusted. And now we see how Na'Vi approach this, and really the ball back in Na'Vi's court. They can sit back, they can do what they do on defense here. Liquid ultimately have to try and find some value here as Na'Vi stack up. Could death ball their way in. Yampy gonna do just that though. Look at that, Cloud will fall.
That's the Yampy power you need. A little bit of that finish magic to come out. Now looks like Cryptix is going to fall over to try and help out. SSK will take the brunt of it, but trades out to remove the camera. No easy way in yet. They put up enough of the utility, enough of that kind of presence to dissuade a quick hit from Na'Vi, but playing with patience here. 50 seconds, wall goes up and away we go. It's not the late in the day hit, it's not the slowest piece in the world. But it is choreographed. It's a set telegraphed piece already on the site, already Spike being planted. SSK does find Soulcast, but there are still 2 more members lingering. Hypok, they're just around this corner. Can they do any damage with this? No. SSK with a huge pickup of frags, and the round suddenly looks simple.
How many more times are you going to try and get away with that one today?
I actually didn't mean it.
Okay.
Got halfway through it and I was like, oh, that's his name,
Well,
isn't it?
Well, I've said it now.
Yep.
It's out there. On
Yep.
record.
Didn't mean it. Did it at the first... Look, I did it on the first try because I was, pandering to... I don't know... chat. It sounds so pathetic when you say it out loud. But, as said, didn't mean it that time. And Scream, none of these mean anything at this point. All the players backing away from the site. And sadly, nothing found but an ace for SSK. A confidence booster, if anything. But a hard fought 4-1 at the initial blocks after Yampy got that great first pick.
RV on double digits now. We'll see how Liquid decide to handle this. Again, thinking back, 20 seconds left on the clock, I think, for that first pistol round hit. And Navi just happy allow things to run their course, try and drain out that utility on Liquid. But here on this buy round, again, look at it. It's, what, 1 Spectre on the side of NAVI? So,
Ooh.
okay.
Okay, but it sets up the trade. Hold on, it's a 1-for-1 trade out so far. It ain't so bad. If they get Scream, then NAVI win this. If Scream backs away and lives, then it kind of evens out. Normally, an even trade does still favor the attacking side because they get a favorable set piece towards a site, you know, 4v2 or such and so on. It's very hard to get those numbers correct if you're operating with less. But they're still proactive in middle. Soulcast's going to set this underway. They don't get... Oh, no way. SSK, you're nasty with it. Fine, Soulcast falls off this. Cryptix then swings out. The timing wasn't great. Scream does step into his shoes, finds Arch, but this just feels... almost not necessarily mindless, but a brutal bloody battle, and Dinks has just suddenly done him. Now, Scream could nutmeg this. Maybe. And when I say maybe, I really mean maybe. He's tracking the audio. He knows. SSK is right here, but Scream's got to be so... Oh, no. Oh. It's... Yeah, there was a second of timing that could have worked so well, but now there's problems everywhere. And Dinks is one of them. It's 11 on the board. And that brutality down middle just favored NAVI so heavily, especially with that SSK swing towards finding Soulcast. That was very surprising.
And yeah, look at that. Shiko, a dirty Shiko on the side of Liquid. Lockdown available now. Empress online for SSK, who, quite frankly, has been incredible to watch.
Yep. In
some of these rounds for NAVI, and that wide default in that previous round paying dividends. Like you said, yes, setting up the trade in the early round, and it actually favors just that. A wide default where you can take, you know, ground on both sides of the map. You can capitalize wherever that first blood comes through. NAVI looking to force their way onto B site here. Trapwire going to slow things down initially. Yampy with a shorty to hand.
There was a chance for danger to mount, but it was quelled, and look who is continuing forward. It's SSK, always taking space, but Cryptix and Scream taking names. Problem is, they are still on those sheriffs, so those guns will outpower eventually, but the spike's in the hands of Dino, and Dinks can hold this mid-rotation. He can make the play towards A and see if Dinks can maybe punish a player trying to fall off. But Link is considering this now. They've hit the brakes long enough to kind of cause pause for thought. Think still hearing 1 towards B will confirm that suspicion, and it's on Dino to have this 1v1 towards A, but it's all a bit of a bait so far. Trying to bait the audio cue, but no one there to hear it.
Dinks has slipped through as well. Scream resets to backside. Now he's got that Phantom in hand.
30 seconds
A
left.
little split focus here from NAVI. It looks like B is the end goal. Does Dinks check this? Scream spots a barrel. The timing on that. Dinks been the one, really, to come out favourable in a lot of those scenarios, at least today. Dino goes for the stun. Doesn't land just yet. And Scream holds strong. Liquid fight. Live to fight another day. 11-5 now. And actually, chipping away at that economy, I'm not entirely sure with how the third round went, if NAVI have got a round in hand here. Take a quick look as TL throw on the tack time out. There you go. Actually, yeah, Dino up on 7,400, but you can see with a few early rifle investments how it's left NAVI here just on the back of 1 round loss here.
Yeah, I mean, it's like that eco ace that came out for SSK7 still lost the rifle. You know, it's like a couple of these rounds have certainly been tricky. Liquid haven't been easy in these. They've been making it dangerous, but the problem is that danger isn't enough. You know, when we talk about kind of, I guess, economy management and silver linings to rounds, do they keep the rifle? Do they punish the economy? On 5 to 11, it changes how you look at this, because NAVI don't have to be perfect. They can scrape through. They could probably just naturally come back around to a buy in enough time to maybe close out. Ult economy wise, still got the lockdown, still got SSKs. Not as important, I guess, with the Reyna, but it's still usable. Arch aim far off his. You've still got plenty to play with. Now, I don't know how Liquid try and bring those into effect at this point. We do have Yampy on the op. That could be pretty important. I do want to see how he looks on this. Because it's got to be clean now from Liquid. As I said, I don't hold NAVI to those standards anymore, because they're on 11, they can just slow grind it out if they have to. Liquid have to kind of bring that very clean play, and we do have the powerful duo of Scream and Yampy towards this A side, but it's Scream being more forward-facing and Yampy being a little bit further passive towards Heaven.
Cloud gonna try and he's come up and actually gonna draw out one shot from Yampy, so the operator will be noted, and some utility there to force him out. But Dinks, look how deep he's gonna get with this lockdown.
How's he gotten there? And Lynx just absolutely dove on it. Straight up Batman that one, just straight down. It's a 2-for-2 trade out, but it's still a 3v3. Keep your eyes on Cloud though, because he's just found Yampy, and now suddenly the site's looking weaker. Soulcast is here. Cryptic's a little further off, playing back towards CT, but they've denied, obviously, the ult coming through. That was dealt with instantly by Link, so there's still plenty to be played with here, but timing's a factor. Soulcast's flank is coming in. The spike has yet to cross. Great shot towards Arch. He didn't know, obviously, that the spike is still in the hands of Dino. Under, tucked towards Hell. The cross comes in. Cryptix has no vision of this. Now the spike is on the side. They can get the plant. Cloud trying to clear close by, maybe get a good post-plant position. I like that. Taking a little bit of a pause for thought. Buying time for a better post-plant position, potentially. I like that a lot here. Now they can get it going. Quick fight towards Heaven. Falls back. Focuses CT. Spots one. Doesn't win the fight. And it's on Dino now. A 1v2 ain't easy, especially with all of that coming his way. Soulcast keeps it safe. And Liquid gets 6 on the board.
Clinging to life here when... again... the willingness to just throw his body on the line there. I'm talking about Link. That lockdown comes through and it's things like that. Dinks just no respect, running out with the lockdown in hand. He's like, okay, cool. Yeah, you're playing in Heaven? Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm going to set the lockdown and help. The response is perfect from Link. And even at that point, if he goes 1-for-1, great. But slows things down, deals with the lockdown as well. And it allows Liquid to reset a little bit. Now, just after that, Yampy... a little overzealous, stepping out from that smoke, but he was just desperate to trade that kill. And now, with how this started out, look at where Liquid is at. Showstopper invested, but every other ultimate available here. Cloud, the hero rifle invested. Maybe going to catch Liquid off guard, and we'll get the tag onto Scream. And MP there for the counter peek. We won't find anything just yet. Well, scratch that. He will.
Yeah, still commits to it. Arch was so close by. Soulcast keeps him at arm's length. Still holding that rifle to hand. No one losing out just yet. Happy to take these fights in middle, but the Danger Man has been dealt with. And Liquid, clean round. Very needed round. I said clean. Soulcast going full flying down middle. But this is perfect. This is exactly what the Doctor ordered for Liquid. They needed some stability. They needed the guns to come into the right place, and the attacking side do need the spike. But more than not, Liquid have now got a clean round. They've got a good answer to some things, and it looks like they've forced the timeout from Na'Vi. This is perfect. They put Na'Vi in that position where they need to find an answer themselves.
Last player standing.
Here, and I mean, the one man lacking the ultimate progress on the back of 4 kills there. Gets himself right back up there. You see Soulcast now 3 off the showstopper. On the side of Na'Vi, actually, Cloud close by, Empress, Revive, and the Cosmic Divide available. But nothing left in the bank after this one, Lauren. We'll look for them to strike now, because Liquid are sitting pretty flush now, even with an operator on the board.
Again, though, I'm just waiting Na'Vi to bring out one of those set pieces that have looked so simple yet effective. There's not like some, you know, crazy nuanced depth to it, but you combine that with the firepower from SSK and it's looked really pretty tasty. At this point, wait and see what they bring. Already, I'm looking at maybe an aggressive Soulcast. I want to see if he tries to maybe get early information, just because I'm also seeing Link in that position. Maybe sets something into motion here. Everyone getting a little interested, and actually it's Cloud willing to fight. Outdoes Scream, but the flash is now perfectly timed. That's the set piece I was looking for, the early interaction and exchange towards B. A 1-for-1 trade out, ult now still being closed in on by Soulcast, very close now. And it's a 4v4.
Watch them run.
No, well, there's information gathered on the back of the TP, but Yampy Hold tight with this operator, and he will be rewarded for his efforts. Dinks will fall. There's 2 more players for Navi actually to follow this up. Arts with the revive as well, so I want to try and get a hold of this control here. SSK actually going to swing on the back of it, and it's perfect from Navi.
The timing, the simplicity of it all, it looks so good for them. Light Flash is coming out, no one's on the site. This is going to be a retake coming out for Liquid if they fancy it. Cryptix is towards CT early, Soulcast towards Heaven, Spike going in for Arch. So, plant now in, Soulcast trying to clear towards ramp. Now, man advantage does sit with Na'Vi, so this is still going to be tough for Liquid to clear back in. They need more than clean trades. They need everything to look good. Now, Archer's barrel did just show, but Soulcast is just going to leap towards the site as best he can, but it gives it easily to SSK, who doubles down. Soulcast and Link evaporated, eliminated, and now Cryptix left in the 1v2. Spectre now upgraded, looking to do some work here, but timing desperately wants us to get to half. What? Dino didn't even bother. Didn't even break a sweat. I thought there was so much more to that, but apparently not. Dino makes it look easy, and Na'Vi get to 12, and Team Liquid sat on 7.
That's a tough pill to swallow. The economy won't be affected here. Soulcast back on that showstopper, but we're just not finding what they need to in that round. And Navi, man, again, that recovery with the res. Here, Cloud actually going to try and go very deep with the showstopper initially. Scream escapes it, but
oh, I did tag him.
Yeah, down to 20 HP.
But he's still alive. And they're still trying to cross. Cloud's found Scream, pinned him to the back wall. This could be Na'Vi, best in Team Liquid, and Yampi with a surprise. Cloud's right there waiting, grinning in his face. Soulcast! Oh, what a hero play! 2 huge kills. The third evades him, but it has brought it to a 2v2. There is still hope for Liquid, all off the back of the big play from Soulcast and Link.
And again, clinging to life. Liquid coming up huge to keep this comeback hope alive. 4 rounds now separate them. Soulcast, man. When he's on, it's just so fun to watch. It's so fun to watch. Let's see here, Navi
it's a
back
chance,
down.
dude.
Yeah, Navi back down to nothing as well, Lauren. Pistols to throw into this.
But he can't keep having to do that. I want to see Team Liquid win as a team. I know that it always be, you know, you win as a team, you lose as a team, blah, blah, blah. But I want to see everyone kind of find that form. I don't want to have to come down to, you know, clutches, mad plays. I want to see those, you know, overall pieces just keeping control of Na'Vi, because I feel like they're just chomping at the bit, right? It just feels like a matter of time. But this should be 9 for Liquid, unless you lose a weird fight like that, and then problems could happen. Now, there shouldn't be problems, because, as said, better weaponry up against Sheriff's Frenzies, and what the hell was that? Arch gets given a freebie towards Yampi. Keep the rifles, boys. Keep your composure. And oh, no. Why is there so many problems signed him out? Okay. Scream's got it. It's okay. They're on the wrong side of the wall a little, but
Safe
it's okay.
res.
Soulcast is there.
Safe res.
Safe res. Safe res.
This is the big one for me. This is a round really to turn things back towards the cursed word that we do not say.
Don't you dare.
I didn't say it. We look at Na'Vi here again, ultimate wise. Again, unless somebody pops off, I'm not going to have anything available here to at least set something up, right? Dig a little deeper than that. There's nothing left. There's no round in hand here. Going to be back down. A scrappy purchase if they do invest in the next tier. And it'll be Liquid on double digits and touching distance. RV set up early, show a little bit of presence in mid, and we'll drift away. Liquid not going to show anything just yet. Link ready to actually get the flash up for Yampi.
This is very similar to what I saw from watching Na'Vi run into this 1-3-1 split. Happy to run it down to about 40 seconds and start leaning in towards that site piece, but Liquid aren't providing any easy opportunities, any early picks to come through. They kind of give them just enough mid control, of course, and then keep control of the extremities off the back. Getting towards that 40-second marker, as expected, we are seeing that B lean now coming out, but there's still 3 players here. So they haven't really taken anyone away, they haven't forced rotations, you've got that late lurk in middle coming out potentially from Dinks, but already there's the nade towards the back of the site, and here we go. 30-second mark and it's Cryptix, better be ready, and he is. Scream by his side, and Liquid are not bowing down just yet, they are holding on to this with everything they have. SSK though still stands, and that's your danger man alive. Finds the first blood back. Cryptix is gone. It ain't a safe cross though. Scream's watching this. He's baiting with everything he's got. Does that lurk work out in middle? Dinks is there. Done. Dealt with. And it's all on SSK. Still trying to fight this one out. 7 seconds. He's surrounded on all fronts. 5. Maybe another victim. No. Link lives. And Liquid make it to double digits. NAVI not yet able to close out the game. And maybe, just maybe, that fabled word will have to come around soon.
We talk about when things get worrying. Watching Liquid. This is when things get interesting. Found their footing. Again, ever since that reset, round 19, continued building. And now look at it. NAVI back down to nothing. Again, I mentioned the bigger picture, but now we look towards it. I mean, even if they lose this here, which, again, you hope that's the case. Look at what comes online. Look at what becomes a little more available, a little more tangible coming into that final round. Round 24. Lockdown going to be available. Showstopper going to be available. Revive going to be available. And good progress elsewhere for the Empress and the Cosmic Divide. So, in that regard, it's going to be a bloodbath.
Great timing for a technical timeout to come in. Hopefully the headset issues resolved quickly. But a conversation probably needed, technical or tactical, who, you know, at whichever point you get given, NAVI might need to have a conversation to address this, because now the money's built up for Liquid, right? Like, that's the thing, they've got a little bit of buffer to play with. They can always have the full buy coming in, they've got every goodie that they want, ults aren't far off, everything's lining up, and again, when we look at this team though, NAVI, right? I'm talking about them like they've been around since, you know, the very start of things. And as individuals, they have, right? We've seen them dip in, as you said, you know, party parrots, roll your mind back. God, that squad back in the day was one of my favorites. And I was thinking, God, if only, imagine what that could have been. It wasn't the case. It's not how it goes. But a lot of these players, you know, their names kind of fizzled to the top. And then someone got poached and the other teams, you know, fell apart. And this is who they are now, this NAVI squad. But as this collective, it's still quite new, right? It's still a little newer to our eyes. So in my mind, I'm sat here just amazed that they look this good this fast. They look this good against one of EU's better teams. And they've already got that stylistic look to them. I want to see how they look in the future. I have no idea how far they can take themselves. Win or lose here, I don't really care, honestly. Like, no. I'm just happy to see both these teams. And NAVI looking so good at this point.
And again, it's only right we come away with this with some concerns, but some real positives. And I think actually, you take away a lot of the concerns. The positives have been great for NAVI. Again, what a statement to make in this first,
huge,
you know, proper matchup outside of their region, which is always the first test for me. Always the first.
Yeah.
Camera taken out.
Here we go. Another challenge, another opportunity. Liquid holding. Cryptix still fine. Plenty of utility there. He's got support from teammates too. NAVI, of course, have less here. Sheriffs, Spectres, and a Marshal. This should be a round for Liquid. This should be 11 to 12. That's why we started to discuss OT potentially. That's why we started to bring that conversation in, because the economy kind of, I guess, implies as such. However, wouldn't be the first or the last time we'll see damage being done by these sort of weapons.
NAVI's still stacked up. So now this one going to actually scream. Finds the second as well. Tapping these through, and the big positive being, like I said, ultimate progress. Restricted slightly, but this is the one. This is when you look to NAVI to have that 1 in 5 rounds where everything comes back online. Everything's available. Full buy on the board.
Oh.
Let's see what you got.
NAVI Team Liquid, dude. It's got OT red all over it in my mind. But you know what? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is just gonna be the flip, the switch, and away we go. Close it out, Na'Vi, 13-11. Nobody remembers it almost being OT, but for now, we wait with anticipation as we dive back in. The first time these regions are clashing, it's so close. There couldn't be a better storyline to look at. SSK, an absolute superstar in the making for his squad, already taking that mid control, but the firing squad on the other side waiting.
First time we've seen Na'Vi really follow up on this early mid presence, so this could catch Liquid off guard. Trap wire and ropes. At least give it away. They decide to progress further. Deal with it. No adjustment just yet. You can see now Soulcast a little deeper on stairs, but that wall in B heaven means that they can hold tight for the time being. I'll be clearing a lot of space here onto Halo. And oh no.
Loud. Oh no, he just leapt into Cryptic's arms, and now suddenly there's cracks beginning to show. The rest comes out, it's all through heaven, but utility being pawned in, the ultimate coming down as well. Soulcast trying to make the move, spots out the information, gets away, spotted at least 2, maybe 3 towards heaven. And Dix has just found Link. It's a 3v3. Dino's clearing the site. There's no one here. It's a safe spike plant. It's going to be a retake instantly for Liquid, and Dinks is just waiting. His position, if goes unchecked, could be deadly. It could be the downfall, but surely they clear this. But in combination with Arch, it could work so perfectly. Scream, the first brave player to step forward, and Arch is going to bait this, and it allows Dinks to strike. That's 1. That's 2. It's all on Yampy. This is looking like Na'Vi have it in the bag, and can you believe it? The CIS Giants of Na'Vi